Hey, welcome back to another episode of Cyber Tech Talk, where I give you the tea on who all has been attacked. All right, so we're gonna jump right into this video. Today we're talking about an aviation organization. They're not named, and as we get through this article, you will see why they are anonymous. All right, so according to the article, numerous, numerous, multiple, many unnamed countries has infiltrated, infiltrated, my mind just went blank, has gotten into an unknown aviation organization using vulnerabilities on uh, internet facing services using two access points through Zoho and Fortnite. Now, we've talked about Fortnite before on this channel. Okay? So according to the article, starting from at least January 18th, 2023, the hackers were on the victims network. And CISA's incident response team was engaged from February to April at the request of the victim. So hackers were in January. The company engaged help in February. So that's about a good month that they had to play around in the organization doing what they were going to do. Okay. So it stated that the first batch of state-backed hackers. Now these are nation-state hackers, and we've talked about nation-state, which basically there are organized people, individuals who tackles for the gain of their particular country. Okay, so they're going for the big guys, the top dogs. They're not going after people like you and me unless you are part of the organization they're trying to get into. All right, so there said so the article says multiple state nations, and then it says the first batch of state happened use the vulnerabilities. Now, do you know how many times you have to get hit to be for it to state the first batch? Like, people, the first batch. That's a lot. That is a lot. I would want my name hidden too if we're saying first batches in multiple nation state. Like, what okay, let me finish. Let me finish before I go on my rant. All right, so the first batch of hackers used the vulnerability in the Zoho Managed Engine Service Desk Plus. Is usually found in IT management suites, and they used a known malicious IP address. So they was able to gain access to the root level. They was able to create a user account with administrative privileges, and they used a popular exploit software. Now I'm gonna butcher this name. Mimikaz, Mimikatz. Um, so they're able to use that software to dump more credentials. So not only did you get root access, which means you can have access to everything, they was able to create user account like they were just a random, like they supposed to be there. You working? You working, sir? You working, sir? You got like a user account? I do. I do. This is crazy. And they also attempted to use um, the log4shell vulnerability on Zoho's service desk, but they were unsuccessful using it that way. Let's see. The Zoho exploitation was added to the list of known vulnerabilities just days after the exploitation at this company and a month before the CISA uh, incident response team was involved. So it was just like right within that window. That's crazy. Now that was the first batch. So they said the second set of hackers used a legitimate but disabled credentials to gain access to the Forti OS SSL VPN service from a contractor that was employed at the company. So, all right. So the first batch used a malicious IP address and got access through the was able to create a user name. The second set of hackers used credentials from from an employee that was disabled. So after the second set of hackers made it into their network, they were able to delete logs from several servers and limit the response team. So they were able to delete logs, which in turn made it harder for the incident response team to know that they're there. You follow me? All right, cool, 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 cool. So they smart. They smart. All right. So the Fort OS vulnerability was on the system's key list in the early December of 2022. Um, that bug was also used to access one of the victim's firewall devices in early February 2023, according to the article. All right, so what we don't know is who the nation state is. That is unknown. As far as I know, no one has came forward to claim. But even if they did, they got hit multiple times. So at this point, it's a collection. It's a collection of everybody, right? Um, but because of their organization, which is an aviation organization, the attack has sent the transportation. Let me get this right. The Transportation Security Agency to issue cybersecurity mandates for that sector. It was undetermined of how much information was taken, was altered, so they don't know that information. Um, Due to, mm, how can I put this nicely? The organization doesn't know what was taken due to they don't know their infrastructure, or they're unaware of how their organization works on the network, because they say that they were unable to define where their data was centrally located. So that means the response team, had limited network coverage. And they also did not have proper network segmentation, which could have prevented the any lateral movements in the network. So, for example, if your organization have an IT department and they have tier ones, tier twos, tier threes, right? Is there segmentation between the tiers? Can tier one access the permissions that tier three has? If they can, you probably got a poor segmentation, because you should be able to want your team to work up to different permissions. If I'm coming in as a tier one and I hardly don't know your network, I need to learn your network. There's certain things that I don't need to be able to write to in case I write something or delete something on accident. You need to be able to cut those off. Okay? And then also, if you have different departments, like you have the IT department, you have accounting department, you have HR department, can someone from the accounting have the same permissions as someone from IT? Do HR has the same abilities as the people in accounting? If they do, you have poor segmentation. Those should be separate and on different VLANs. So that way it prevents, if a hacker, if I get into your network as someone through accounting, then I am stuck within that VLAN segmentation. I cannot go and take a ride over to HR, and I definitely don't want to have access into the IT department because I can shut your whole network down. So that should be separated, right? And then you should also have it where your passwords have changed. And I know people don't like changing their passwords. I get it. I understand it. I don't like changing my password either, but I understand it. I understand having to change your password in case one of your passwords is compromised. You have within so many days that you have to change it, and then if that is compromised, then that hacker cannot get in using that said password. Okay? Change your password. Network segmentation needs to be put in place. At this point, do this company even have a security team? Do they have a networking team? Do they have what do they have? Because they don't know nothing about nothing. They just there, and this is the reason why they got hacked so many times. How many y'all? I don't know who y'all is, but if you happen to see this video, please, please hire people. Please hire an IT department. Please hire a security department. That's all I'm saying. It's all I'm saying. What do you guys think about this? What? What? I want to know who they are. Hopefully down the road, maybe it will come out of who they are. Do we want to know who they are? Should they be held responsible? Accountability. Who's your director? Who? I want to know. The people want to know. The people want to know. All right, so this is it for this video. This is it. I'm going to try to have this video out tomorrow, and I will be working on another video. I'm trying to do multiple videos. Instead of having one video for the week, I'm trying to do multiple. I ain't going to say how many, because life is life. But I'm going to try to get multiple out this week. And I'm going to see, well, this is Thursday. I'm going to see how this goes. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.